Hello, my genies. As we saw in the last video, I messed up this conversation by accidentally entering into it when I didn't want to at the end of the video. So we're going to continue it, if I can get around that damn fish. And, yes, for people who were watching the last one, the entire time that I was taking to get back up here, I was singing that song I came up with, Inceratin. It has a lot of lyrics, actually, it turns out. And it's called Inceratin. So yes, let's continue with this. I am told, O Aziz Nararib, that your monumental power could persuade even the Mizra Grububushkin to grant me an audience. But of course, that smoky blowhard is but a candle compared to my hurricane. Why, that reminds me of the time Mizra Grubushkin dared to try to scorch an island that pleased me. Many years ago it was. Pray continue with your story, esteemed sir. Usually I care little for what happens on land, of course, but my paharis love to sit underneath the tree on this island, so when Grububushkin began to burn them up just for sport, I chose to get upset. Pray continue with your story, esteemed sir. For the wrath of the married is terrible, mortal. If I but frown, you know, the seas lash themselves into froth and sea winds shriek like the devotees of the forgotten god himself. Who is this forgotten god? I've heard him mentioned twice, and I've never heard of him since, or before, or any other times. Anyway. Every sailor for 100 miles screamed for mercy as their masts are broken like twigs, shreds of their sails raised to the palace of air itself. The faint of heart cast themselves overboard. But I digress. Pray continue with your story, esteemed sir. I determined to stop the noble Efreet at once. I chose to do this with a wall of water 100 feet high. It's not that hard to do, you know, when my simplest word commands instant action from legions of sea creatures great and small, plus, of course, the hundreds of lesser merit that obey me. Did I say hundreds? I meant thousands, of course. Perhaps even 1,000,000. It's so easy to lose count. Ha ha ha. Yes, now, where was I? You were defeating the noble Efreeti, sir. Oh, yes, the noble Efreeti. He sat on the island laughing as the trees around him burst into flame, little dreaming what embarrassment would soon befall him. Pray continue. Out of the deepest depths of the ocean I swam, gathering power, raising a veritable mountain of water from the deepest ocean wells. When it was all ready, I sent it at tremendous speed towards the burning island. Pray continue. Ho ho, you should have seen the panic on the faces of all the minor creatures of flame when they saw me. This mass of water, taller than Mount Arabash, wider than the horizon, falling upon them. It reminds me of a time when Umbuk Harimik desired to raise a mountain out of the sea, which enraged the great Paradash of Murids, matriarch of the deep, protector of the fishes, keeper of the undersea empire, mother of foam herself. Ho ho, that was a battle that lasted years, but that was another story. Pray continue. My waves snuffed out all Grububushkin's underlings, never to be seen again, not a one of them. But the noble Efreet stood bravely against the inexorable tide. There arose such a cloud of steam that all of Zakahara was blinded for a fortnight. It was most glorious. You should hear this story from my storyteller, the exquisite Shehar Jiza. Gods rue the day she was taken from me. Well, we've met her. We know where she is. What happened to the island? Oh, it was destroyed, of course. But what embarrassment it caused the noble Efreet Mizra Grububushkin. Ho ho! You're a bit of a bastard, aren't you? Now will you... Let me start that again. Now, will you make the Efreet listen to me? Of course, but you must in return arrange for Shehar Jiza to return to me. Tell me about this Shehar Jiza, O great Marid. Shehar Jiza is a woman, a mortal like herself, yet her voice is like the sweetest sea breeze, her eyes gleam like the jewels in the deep. Coming from her mouth, told by her hands, the most boring tales become marvelous, and the marvelous tales become like the beloved truth itself. Often, when she told the stories here in my court, my servants would become so captivated they forgot to breathe, fall over one by one. Such is the power of her speech. Unfortunately, the noble Efreeti won her from me in a chess game, but I had the last laugh. Although I surrendered her body, I retained her voice. Ha! I still have it in a jar somewhere around here. If she comes back in my court, I shall restore her voice to her in a moment. Sooner or later, Shehar Jiza will return to me. Then again, she will become the story of storytellers once again. And then he bores at me. A tiny sound comes out of this bottle. Take the stopper out. You hear a woman's voice, dulcet and sweet, as if she was trapped inside the bottle. Find my mistress, handsome stranger. Find Shehar Jiza. Let's speak to this woman who seems to be waving her foot around like a fish. Is his lordship not magnificent? I tremble in his presence. Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm out of here. Now, I think we should go see the lovely ladies of air again, if I can get through. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Where are we? Yoseta. Hello. And please remember you remember me and my twin sister Bububusha. Have you talked with the enormous entity Aziza Narabib, the noble married? I have. Yes, I have. Briefly, you tell the Jinn about the Nabarib's story and his sorrow at losing his storyteller, Shehar Jiza. Well, hero, Shehar Jiza could be the answer to your quest. And I'm probably saying it wrong, but I don't care. Hello, Bobby. Oh, noble Genie, tell me, how is Shehar Baba the answer to my quest? Shehar Baba. If you can find this woman's storyteller and turn her to the noble married, he can help you get what you want from the noble Efreeti Grubushkin. You said Grubushkin, when the woman from Narib in a chess game, but she's lost her voice. Perhaps he bored of her, and somehow you can win her back. Now go, find her, strong prince. We know where she is. We spoke to her. Well, I spoke, and she kind of drew in the ground. Well, let's just go there and speak to her again. Doom, doom, doo, 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 doo. Bit up here. Hey, buddy. Oh, Haram Plush Pushkin, Ravener of Skulls, Queen of the Subterranean, the mortal dares to approach again. You're just bored with me now. Thanks. Hey, lady. Lady. Hey, lady. Hello, there you are. She gazes at you hopefully, and then after a moment, a crestfallen look covers her face and tears come once again. Hey. Hey. No, I'm not trying to hit you. I'm trying to... Lady. Lady. Let's go speak to the bitch without getting too close to these guys. 'Cause they're not nice to me. Mommy, they pulled my hair and they stabbed me. You wish an audience with blah 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 blah. Now you stand before her. Tell me of the blah blah blah. Baba, yeah, he said this. She said this before. Ba da 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 da. Well, you were helpful. I guess. Time for a little bit of healing. A little bit of healing, a little bit right with me. Grubby Bush. Let's go see Grubby Bushkin. Which is his name now. Grubby Bushki. Oh, and we're out of time, so we'll be coming back and we will go visit him. Ta-ta!